Hey, hey, hey. God, it's late or early, depending on how you want to call it, but it's past midnight. But I want to talk about some things that's been going on as far as my mind and my dreams. I'm looking at my neck. It seems like it's getting better. I've been using that Moderna. At least I can raise my head. But it's still red. Boy, I tell you, I mean, this guy goes up here and all the way. Boy, anyway, this is about, I'll have to tell you this story. This dream, I mean, this video is about me seeing the numbers 1111 for about 6 months now. 1111, remember that. And I've been just a stickler, like people say I've been seeing this number all the time and stuff like that. And I'm the one that always says, you see the number because you just happen to be looking at the clock. It's no big deal. But now I realize that it is a big deal. That number is a universal number, and it is the universe telling you yes. It's saying yes to maybe desires of your heart, but it's giving you the okay to go on and don't be afraid. But let me tell you this story about a key. And this happened in September of last year. I had just got out of the hospital from having a lumbar surgery. I'd been out of the hospital for 2 days. And I started having chills and just shaking. I mean, like convulsions. And I couldn't talk. And I was scared. And I knew I was sick, real sick. And I grabbed the thermometer. And I thought it said 100.3. And in my mind, I said I shouldn't be shaking like that. But I was sick. And I knew I needed to call somebody. But the phone rang. And it was my youngest son. He says, Mama, I don't know what's wrong with James. James is his husband. They're in a bisexual relation, and I love James. And so he says, my son says, James just called me and told me that he broke his key. His key broke inside his pants pocket. He wants to know, do you have a key of his car? And I'm listening to all this, and I couldn't talk. All I could do was moan. He said, Mama, Mama, are you there? And then finally I said, help me, help me. I'm cold. And he says, I'm dialing 911. But get up and open the front door because they'll kick the door down if you don't open the door. So I understood that command. And I did get up. I managed to get up and unlock the top lock and the door. I had a big blanket around me and I got back in the bed. I started shaking again. Next thing I know, it was three firemen in the bedroom and they did something to me. I maybe took my temperature, I don't know what. But then I remember them saying, ma'am, you're going to have, your son called and we are here, but you're going to have to walk to the front room because the stretcher won't come through this hall. So they helped me get to the living room and put me on the stretcher and strapped me in, and I took a ride to the hospital. But during that time, they found out that I had sepsis, and it's pretty serious. My temperature was 103 point something. And they were working with me, and my sister was there, but it seemed like everything was a dream. I just, it was crazy. But The key, James's key broke in his pocket. And his key was not on a key ring. So after a couple of days, when I could understand what was going on, my son said, "Mama, I don't understand what was going on. Why did James's key break in his pocket? And why would he keep telling me to call Ma?" He said, "Call." That's what he called me. He calls me Ma. He says, "Call Ma, call Ma. She's got a key." That's what he said. He kept saying, "She's got a key." And that's why he called me, and the ambulance came and got me. Okay, that was in September. And we kind of, the mystery about the key, and I don't know, we didn't know what it meant, but the key. So I don't know if I mentioned that the medication that I take, it was prohibiting me from dreaming or remembering my dreams or something. But here lately, I've been dreaming strange dreams. Um, Week before last, I this is in real time. I went to the bathroom in the morning, and the bottom of my feet was so sore, the right foot. And I touched my foot, and then all of a sudden, I remember this dream of a bunch of needles being in my foot and me pulling them out one by one. It was a total of 7 needles in my foot. So, but that's all the dream was. So I looked up on the internet about dreams because I was so surprised that I actually remembered the dream. The dream on the internet, it tells you that needles in your feet means your foundation. Your feet are your foundation, and the needles are repairing. Your foundation is being repaired, even though it's painful, your foundation. So I kind of absorbed that and kind of analyzed myself. And then not this morning, but 3 days ago, so that would be Tuesday, 4 days ago. Tuesday, I dreamed Tuesday morning, and it looked like I remember my dreams in the morning time. But in this dream, I was on a bus, and I was sitting in the back of the bus, and there was a lady, an old lady, that was sitting in a wheelchair. And the wheelchair looked like it was upholstered in the seats of the bus. It's weird, it was like I don't know how she got her, it wasn't an aisle. But anyway, she was sitting there in a wheelchair. Then all of a sudden, she disappears from where she was sitting. But a set of keys was in her wheelchair was gone, but keys were sitting on the seat. So when it was my time to get off the bus, I don't know where I was going, but I knew it was my time to get off the bus. So I took the woman's keys to the bus driver and said, "This lady was on the bus. She was in a wheelchair, but here are her keys." And the bus driver just took the keys, and he wasn't very friendly. Then he opened the door. He said, "Get off, exit here." And I said, "Are you sure this is where I need to get off?" He said, "Get off the bus." Kind of rude. So I said, "Well, I need a transfer." He said, "I can't give you a transfer because you didn't buy the transfer when you got on the bus. So get off." And next thing I know, I was off the bus, but I didn't have my keys or the woman's keys or my baggage. I'm just standing there on the street with nothing, no money, and I needed a transfer. But the bus drove away, and I could see that it was a yellow bus. And a lot of my dreams, uh, things are yellow. My color is yellow in the bus. So, I mean, in the dream. So the bus drove off, and I wanted to get my stuff. So I started running, and I knew that I wasn't supposed to be running. In real life, I couldn't run. I couldn't figure out how I was running. I was running, running, running. And a red light would make the bus stop. And I felt that I was going to catch the bus because I wanted to see the name of the bus. Was that the bus I was supposed to catch? But even looking at the side of the bus, it's like I could see the letters on the bus, but I couldn't read. It's like, I don't know. In my dreams, I could never read. And numbers, if I see numbers, I know they are numbers, but I can't, I don't know, they don't mean anything. It's like gibberish. So I was trying to figure out, understand what the words on this bus meant. But the light turned green, the bus takes off. And I was fumbling, kind of feeling for my keys. I wanted my keys. And then I run, 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 run. And I think I'm about to catch the bus, and the light turned green. So we went back and forth like that. But then a lot of other buses started, dotting in and out. And I was losing my sight on the bus that I knew I was supposed to pay attention to. And this went on and on. It was, I don't know, it seems like torment. That's what it was. And then the phone rang in real life. It rang about 6:30, and it woke me up. But I was so glad that I woke up because I felt like I was, no, in hell. If that was to be hell, like that movie Groundhog Day. That's what there was, and trying to figure out what this bus was, and I needed a transfer. So I think this dream has a lot of symbolism. I know the keys open doors, and 1111 is the universe saying yes. The needles repair my foundation, and this this is saying yes to my ideas about my YouTube channel, because I hadn't made a video in a while because I was feeling kind of doubtful about making videos about hypnosis and the different things that I've studied. I was really feeling like it's like I'm not gonna make videos. That's how I was kind of feeling. But now that I analyzed my dreams, I'm beginning to feel more confident about making videos. I just have to stick with the content and deliver a message that has substance for somebody. I'm not going to make videos about, what's happening. I know I can get off subject and talk about who, our president and our situation. I might, stray away like that, but I'm not the type of person that want to pick on people and just say silly stuff about people, because I know I can do some silly things, and it's enough silliness in my life, to contain me. But I know that I find what I need when I crank up my car and go where spirit leads me. I'm going to have to get up and go. And there's a place that I hadn't been to in a long time. And I thought, I don't know, I just figured, black businesses go under. And I Googled them, and it's a shop in Dallas, maybe 15 minutes away from me. And I wanted some Palo Santo. And I said, I'm going to call and see. And she said, yes, she had Palo Santo. And I got to her shop, and it's just beautiful, full of everything you could ever want, an African shop. And the things that's in the shop come from the Ivory Coast and places like that. And if you want a reading, you can get a reading and whatever you want. And I was so glad I connected back with her, because I met her husband a long time ago. He's gone now, but I was glad to see her. She didn't remember me because she was in Atlanta. But it is good to connect back with people who have a like mind. So I'll be going to their shop and they have meetings and lessons about the Orishas. And I know I will do a lot better talking about it in person with somebody than I could on YouTube because I can question them and they can answer me directly. So face to face, this was such a beautiful thing that I had done with this lady and even the people that came in the shop. It was so much positive energy. And even they have a lot of African statues and seats and oh man, cowrie shells and just everything. And there are some pieces of furniture that go $40,000. And I remember her husband sitting in that chair, that actual chair years ago, and you can feel his spirit there. But if you gotta have a lot of money to buy their African antiques, is the shop is Pan African Connection. But they have been through a lot, and I'm so proud of her still standing, and just at peace. And the children, they were little bit of children, then they grown men with children, and their daughters. It's just amazing. So, God, I know I'm gonna have to leave this house to get what I want, and the key symbolizes what I need to open these doors, and that's what that dream is, and it's such a positive thing to be able to remember your dreams, and it's not to be afraid of them, but we have the power to analyze our own dreams. I mean, you can go to a reader and analyze your dream first, and then go to a reader and see if you guys are on the same page. But I'm going to go and I'm going to continue to do my lessons on self hypnosis is first. We're gonna do that first. It may take probably, and I could break it down. We'll do at least 5 lessons on self hypnosis, and it's like almost 1 o'clock, and it is time for me to go to sleep. So I'll talk to you guys later, but stay positive. Bye bye.